This lesson is on the relationship between addition and subtraction. One of the best ways to understand the relationship between addition and subtraction is to think of numbers as a family, as a fact family. If we look at this house here in the roof, I'm going to put three numbers that have a relationship with one another. I'm going to put 7 up here, I'm going to put 3 over here, and I'm going to put 10 over here. Let's think of a number sentence that we can make with addition using these three numbers. Well, we do know that if we use the 7 and we added 3, we would get 10. We just used the three numbers in the roof of our house. Well, if 7 plus 3 is 10, we can always flip those two numbers to equal 10 also. So 3 plus 7 is 10. Now we've made two addition number sentences using our numbers. Let's see what we can do with subtraction. We always start with the biggest number when we subtract, so we know we have to start with 10. Let's say 10 minus 7 is 3. Well, if 10 minus 7 is 3, then 10 minus 3 is 7. So we came up with four number sentences within the same fact family. Let's try another fact family. In this house, let's put the numbers 6, 5, and 11 in our roof because they have a relationship with one another. We'll start with addition. We know that 6 plus 5 equals 11. If 6 plus 5 equals 11, then 5 plus 6 has to equal 11 also. If you flip the two numbers in an addition problem, it always equals the same number. Now that we're done with addition, let's try some subtraction. We're going to start with our bigger number, which is 11. So we'd say 11 minus 6 is equal to 5. Well, if 11 minus 6 is equal to 5, then 11 minus 5 is equal to 6. So now we've come up with four equations again within the same fact family. We use those three numbers every time. We never used a different number. Let's try another one. Let's try 4, 6, and 10. Let's start with addition again. Well, we know that 6 plus 4 is equal to 10. And remember what we talked about when we flip the digits? If 6 plus 4 is 10, then 4 plus 6 has to equal the same thing. That's also equal to 10. Let's come up with two subtraction number sentences. Start with our biggest number, 10. We know that 10 minus 6 is equal to 4. So 10 minus 4 is equal to 6. We just came up with four number sentences within the same fact family using only the same three numbers. Now, sometimes we'll see just a regular problem. We can do the same thing. It doesn't have to be in a house with all huge fact family of four different equations. Let's see what we come up with when we do this. This is an addition problem. We start on the right side. We know that 3 plus 1 is 4. And we know that 2 plus 5 is 7. That was our addition. Let's see if we can make this into an equation with subtraction using the same numbers. Now we have to start with the biggest number, and the biggest number in our problem over here was the answer. It was 74. So we'll start with 74. And since we did addition, now we're going to try subtraction. So we'll put our minus sign here, and we're going to minus this number on the bottom, 51. So we'll do 74 minus 51 and see what we get. We start on the right side. We know that 4 minus 1 is 3. And we know that 7 minus 5 is 2. Let's see if our answers match up. Well, here's 23 and 23. Here's 74 and 74. Here's 51 and 51. They're in the same fact family, so they have a relationship with one another. Let's try another one. Let's try 14 plus 62. Well, we know that 4 plus 2 is 6, and we know that 1 plus 6 is 7. Let's try it with subtraction. We're going to take that bigger number first, put it on the top, minus that bottom number in the equation, which was 62, and see what we get. Well, we know that 6 minus 2 is 4, and 7 minus 6 is 1. Let's see if our numbers match up. We have 14 and 14. We have 76 and 76. We have 62 and 62. They're in the same fact family. That's the relationship between the addition and the subtraction. Let's try one where we start with subtraction first. We know that 7 minus 3 is 4, and 9 minus 2 is 7. Now, since we started with subtraction, now we have to show the relationship to addition. So I'm going to start with my bottom number, which was 74. Then I'm going to add this number here, which was 23, and see what I get. Well, 4 plus 3 is 7, and 7 plus 2 is 9. Let's see if our numbers were in the same fact family. 97 and 97, 74 and 74, 23 and 23. They are in the same fact family. That's the relationship between those two numbers with addition and subtraction. Let's try another one. Let's do 86 minus 52. Well, 6 minus 2 is 4, and 8 minus 5 is 3. That was our subtraction problem. Let's go to addition and see if it has the same relationship and they're in the same fact family. So we start with the bottom number, which was 34. And we're going to add this number here, 52, and see what we get. We know that 4 plus 2 is 6, and 3 plus 5 is 8. Let's see if they match up. We have 86 and 86. We have 34 and 34. We have 52 and 52. Those numbers are all in the same fact family. That concludes our lesson today on the relationship between addition and subtraction.